We are at the Lodhi Gardens. It is one of Asia's best gardens. It spreads over 90 acres. 1849 के मैप के अनुसार मोहम्मद शाह सैयद टूम के आसपास और सिकंदर लोधी टूम के आसपास लोग बसते थे। यहाँ एक विलेज था खैरपुर के नाम से। 1936 में ब्रिटिश गवर्नमेंट ने यहाँ से लोगों को डिस्प्लेस करना शुरू कर दिया। कुछ लोग कोटला मुबारकपुर जाके बस गए। 1936 में यहाँ पे पार्क बनाया और फिर 1968 में गवर्नमेंट ने रीप्लानिंग शुरू की इस एरिया की और डिफरेंट प्लांटेशंस और लेक भी यहाँ पे स्थापित किए। The turret is the oldest building in the gardens. The battered walls, heavy projected openings and fluted domes suggest construction probably from Firoz Shah Tughlaq's reign. We are standing in front of Muhammad Shah Sayyid's tomb. Sayyid dynasty was a part of Delhi Sultanate and it was a dynasty which was for a very short period of time, for almost 37 years after the Tughlaqs were disposed of the throne. Muhammad Shah Sayyid was the third ruler. His predecessors were Khizr Khan and Mubarak Shah Sayyid. Sayyid dynasty was not as strong as the Tughlaqs or the successive rulers that were the Lodhis. This octagonal tomb is a slightly grander version of the tomb of his uncle Mubarak Shah at Kotla Mubarakpur. This tomb has chhatris and buttressed corners. This seems to be the only octagonal tomb without a walled compound, indicating a shortage of funds, but there could have been a possibility of the collapse of a wall. The central cenotaph belongs to Muhammad Shah Sayyid. Inside we see a mihrab, which is a prayer niche which was added later, as the stonework is not bonded into the structure. The jalis, now gone, were introduced post-construction since decorative features were chiseled off to accommodate them. The 16-sided drum has intricate niches and 4 offset openings for light. The opening that faces west is elaborate on the inside and is at the top of the stairs to the roof. The west side faces the Mecca. We also witnessed beautiful plasterwork and calligraphy from the Quran. Now we come to a group of 3 buildings. Large Dome Gumbad itself, a mosque on the right and a residential pavilion on the left with a raised courtyard in the center. This raised courtyard between the Bada Gumbad, mosque and the pavilion is a mound of rubble. There is a clear sign that this had been a grave platform. There is an inscription inside the mosque that states that this edifice was erected by Mughal Abu Amjad during the reign of Sikandar Shah, son of Bahlul Shah, on 30th November 1494. No evidence of a burial below the building has been found yet. The lack of a mihrab makes it less likely that it was built as a tomb, although there are instances of tombs at this date without them. Bada Gumbad is built entirely from dressed stones with no sign of plaster work. In the facade, great use is made of different colored stones. Interior is also decorated with dressed stones. The mosque is glorious. The common layout of a 5-bay mosque emphasizes the middle and the end bays, while here, the 3 central bays are dominant. The interior has incised plaster work. The amount of decoration in the central chamber is too much, with 2 rows of niches and several calligraphic bands. Painted decorations on the domed ceiling appear to be a later addition. The minaret attached to the mosque resembles Qutub Minar. Stylistically, the pavilion has slightly more in common with the Gumbad. Built from the same dressed stone, proportion of the arches are similar with the red sandstone spondrils on the facade. The facade bears a slight resemblance to the mosque. This structure acted as a residential accommodation for mosque attendants. There is no connection between the Bada Gumbad and the other 2 adjoining structures, as the plinths they sit on were not built together. The Sheesh Gumbad is noticeably out of alignment with the Bada Gumbad. Sheesh Gumbad means glazed dome because the dome was once covered in ceramic tiles that were imported from Central Asia and can still be seen. The exterior is very attractive, but the interior is slightly disappointing. Now we come to Sikandar Lodhi's tomb. The tomb is similar to Muhammad Shah's tomb, the only difference being the lack of chhatris on the roof. Another difference is that there is greater disparity in width between the entrance arches. The jalis appear to have been removed from all the doorways. The northern entrance is ornately decorated, suggesting that this was also an entrance. The greatest difference in the interior of this tomb is the use of patterned tiles around the doors and niches. The southern entrance to Sikandar Lodhi's tomb is from a platform that appears to have been an earlier construction. The garden enclosure includes a wall mosque on the west side as it faces the Mecca. Sikandar Lodhi wanted to be buried in Delhi rather than in Agra. This shows that Delhi was still an important place. He was a brilliant administrator and delegated power to his fellow Afghan warriors. Sikandar Lodhi was one of the strongest sultans of Delhi. He was brave, he was strong, he was efficient. When his father left for campaigning, he administered Delhi. For him, Delhi was still important when he left Delhi and shifted his capital to Agra for strategic reasons. In his 29 years of reign, though he was efficient, but the only vice he possessed was bigotry, repression and conversion. Repression was mostly politically motivated rather than religious. After Sikandar Lodhi's death, Ibrahim Lodhi, his son, sat on it. But his nobles were not very happy with him, so they invited Babur, who was ruling Kabul at that point. When Babur came to India, this led to the war of First Battle of Panipat. This led to the downfall of the Lodhi dynasty and the entire Delhi Sultanate, and gave rise to a new era of Mughal Empire. Atpula Bridge, the most attractive bridge in Delhi, built during Akbar's reign by a person named Nawab Bahadur. At means 8, refers to number of piers. The mosque seen on the left is the latest addition to the garden, built during the later Mughal period. That's all, folks.
Like, comment, subscribe, maybe even share.
Khuda Hafiz. Oh, the Wari was seen also.